it's your girl, Shawnee C. Today is Sunday, March 4th, and you are watching Shawnee C TV, baby. So, I hope y'all watched the Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder crossover episode that came on Thursday because, that shit was love. So, for y'all who don't watch, I hope it's a really few of y'all, but for y'all who don't watch Scandal or How to Get Away with Murder, I'm going to tell y'all basically the sum up of what the whole show is about. So Scandal is about a lady named Olivia Pope, and she's basically like the fixer-upper, and anyone who's anyone goes to her when they come into any type of problem, whether it's like some I done got this hooker pregnant type shit, or I got a child that I ain't never know about, but now it's too fucking late because he like 32. Like anything that could really come up and like mess with you or your career or even your image, you go to her and she fixed that shit before anybody even finds out. So it's a whole bunch of stuff with her and involved with the White House and Scandal. It's just a show that's really a big ass scandal, just like it sounds. So if you haven't watched it, you definitely should go. Now, How to Get Away with Murder is about a lady named Annalise Keating, and she is a lawyer, but she's also a professor. She teaches law over at, I don't remember what college it is, and I don't want to get it wrong, but she teaches college in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and she gets a couple of her students to help her with some of her cases, and they end up getting all really close because some shit happened in their lives, some murder pops up, and, it's just crazy, and now they're basically stuck with each other because only they know what has really happened before. So when the crossover episodes happened on Thursday, basically what was going on in How to Get Away with Murder at the time is that Annalise, she has started a class action with over 100 people who are currently locked up in prison, and they've been serving these long terms because they didn't really get a proper defense. Now her claim is that all of these people probably could have got helped, and some of them are even innocent and wouldn't be in prison if they had the proper defense, but because they're poor and they don't have the money to afford all that money for a good lawyer, they are basically stuck with a public defender. And public defenders can't do the best job that they want to or that they're, supposed to do because they're stuck with so many cases and only work for a certain amount of time and only make a certain amount of money. So the money that they're making isn't adding up to all the cases that they have to do. So it's like a public defender, they're like, fuck am I going to do all of this work for if I know I'm not getting really paid right? So they just, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them do the bare minimum, and some of them just really can't handle the workload. They be wanting to, but it's just a lot. So what brought Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder together is Annalise, when she took her class action to the Philadelphia courts, they basically was like, yeah, alright, this sounds stupid. Like, nah, they're not about to get a retrial. Like, she wants all of her defendants, she wants all of them to get retrials, all her clients and everything. But the Philadelphia states, the courts was like, nah, not here. So in Scandal, Olivia's going through some shit, and she's basically out of the White House. She's not in the White House no more, and she ends up being a professor. So Annalise finds out that Olivia Pope is a professor now, and she goes to one of her classes, and she basically asks her, like, you're the fixer-upper, I need you to help me with my case. And at first Olivia's like, nah, I don't need this in my life right now. But then Olivia's with it because she realizes that it can help her image, it can help her get back in Washington DC's good graces and whatnot. So, basically, in the Scandal part of the episode, they show how Melly, who is the president now, they show how Melly really doesn't want Olivia to succeed because of all the bullshit that they currently have been going through with Olivia, basically trying to take over, and she's been going fucking crazy lately. But in this episode, you can clearly see that Melly was just going to her bitchy ways. Like, you the president, you can't be trying to stop a case that has a really good cause just because of how you feel about Olivia. Like, you don't do shit like that. That is why people don't be wanting a female president, because they feel like females is too fucking emotional and they don't know how to put their feelings aside. And Melly doing that, you kind of proving niggas right, and that's not true. Like, so I feel like that was really dumb of her. But it was kind of the same way with Quinn, because if you haven't been watching Scandal, Olivia, you know, could have saved Quinn's life after her father kidnapped Quinn, but Olivia was like, you're not really gonna do it, I fucking dare you. And we all thought that he really did kill Quinn, because we heard the gunshots and we heard everything, but come to find out he didn't. And Quinn knows that Olivia could have saved her, but she didn't. So Quinn is like, no, fuck Olivia, I want her to go to jail for all the shit she been doing. And it was just a lot. So Quinn, she was pretty much doing the same thing, where she was just going off of her emotions, and she was trying to stop the class action too. But like I said about Melly, people, you know, as women and people in general, you can't keep making, you know, these kind of decisions based on your emotions, because just because you feel some type of way about Olivia doesn't mean that it's right to stop a case that could really restructure our justice system for the better. Like, that's just, come on now, you just don't do that. So Quinn, she realized that, and she realized that she was, you know, being bitchy, and you know, that's not how she wants to run the company now. So then Quinn finally, you know, decides to help them. So even though Quinn is now going to help Annalise and Olivia Pope, meanwhile, Olivia Pope and Annalise were going through their own shit, because both of them have pretty much a bad history, because Annalise was a drug addict, and she almost lost her license, her practicing license, and then also the whole scandal of them accusing her of killing her husband. And then when Wes died in her house, they locked her up for that too. So she really had a bad image. And Olivia was like, you're the wrong person to be the face of this because of your background. And Annalise is like, my background is what makes me perfect for this case, because I was arrested and I was put into prison. I was put into jail off of an accusation, and because, you know, they wouldn't let her get a lawyer. So she understands where the people are coming from. But Olivia, I think it was just a thing where Olivia didn't want it to come back and backfire on her, because Olivia's already going through her own shit in Washington, and she wants this case to rebuild her basically and fix her image. But you can't get mad at Annalise because you're trying to fix your own problems. Like, Olivia has been being really selfish lately. But they end up resolving all of their little bullshit petty problems, and they realize that it's really about the case and not between whatever kind of issue they may have with each other. And they, you know, they work together, and with the help of the information that they got from Quinn, they do end up going to the Supreme Court. But when they get there, Annalise finds out that her her alcohol therapist, and because she's a recovering alcoholic, and she finds out that her therapist has OD'd, and she just starts going crazy because she feels like it's her fault, and she just starts getting all of these flashbacks of an argument they said when he said that, you know, everything was her fault. She ruins everyone's lives, and she just I cannot do this. She completely breaks down. She even tells them to go get her a bottle of vodka. I'm like, at least no. What the fuck is you doing, girl? She been doing good. This is everybody has been beating on her this season, and she has been trying her hardest this season. She really has, and everybody just keeps beating on her, putting everything that goes on in their lives on her. No, they've been really doing her dirty lately. But she does end up getting up with the help of Olivia. Olivia talks to her, and she's like, this is your case. You better get the fuck up, go in there, and fight for these people that you said you was going to fight for. So she does get up, and she goes in there, and she meets with the Supreme Court. Now, when she meets with the Supreme Court, she basically saying that these people aren't giving the fair defense that they deserve because, you know, of race, and that the system is racist in some way. And they're like, one of the judges, the main judge who's against it, he's like, racism, that had nothing to do with what you're talking about. You brought this case to us when it came to, you know, poorness and not the racism. And she's like, well, according to the system, racism is always going to be something that's in the middle of a case. Like, so they're basically trying to fight that off, and she sends Michaela and Malcolm to go in the library and go get this book. Now she gets the book and she reads to the judge a phrase in it will always saying, be considered a variable. And the judge is like, you sitting here wasting my time, you got precious time. And she's like, hold up, nigga, because these ain't my words, these is yours. So how can you say in a book a couple years ago that race is always a variable, but when I'm bringing this case to you, you're saying that I can't use race as a variable in the case? And then that's when they like, oh shit, she didn't got us, because at least she always working her magic. So she then goes on to basically give them her statement and how she feels like the system's fucked, basically, and these people deserve to have a retrial because they didn't get the proper defense that they should have got the first time around. And, you know, the case does get turned down, and she basically sent back to fight in Philadelphia for it. But I know Annalise's not gonna stop, and I'm fucking rooting for the women because this is a good cause. And I mean, even though it's not real, I wish that this episode will force people to really fight for this in real life. Like, the system is fucked up, and even though people a lot of people do some fucked up shit, but at the end of the day, the sentences that people be getting for small stuff over what a white person may get over the same exact thing is fucking ridiculous. Like, this shit is just crazy, and the system should definitely be looked at. But in all, the crossover episodes was fucking great. And then, ooh, a side part I didn't even tell y'all about. So Michaela from How to Get Away with Murder and Malcolm from Scandal were basically working together because they were working with Annalise and Olivia in these 2 episodes. They didn't fuck, man. I'm so mad because even though they will be a really nice couple together, I love Asher, and Michaela is playing with him. Asher gonna be so fucking heartbroken. Like, why would she do this to my mans? Asher's really one of my favorites. Like, I ain't like him in the beginning because he almost snitched on all of them, but I really fucks with Asher, and she really breaking my heart by doing this. But hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I got another one coming. But anyway, stay tuned, and I hope y'all go watch Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. And when Scandal ends, we gonna definitely come back and talk about that, because the ending better be fucking lit. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Bye, y'all.